tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show. The tailgate show. The tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show. The tailgate show. The tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show. The tailgate show. The tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show. The tailgate show. The tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show. The tailgate show. The tailgate show.
Yo, yo, yo. What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome back for another episode of The Tailgate Show. What's going on, everybody? It's Double A, it's Air Jer, and oh, snap, popping in,
That
dropping in. Yo, that was crazy. You just
What's
like
up?
super powered in. It's B Diddy. It's B Quinn.
What up, guys?
What's up, fellas? Quite a week.
No, tell me about it.
Bears Twitter's
man.
in shambles. Again.
Saturday was a full fucking meltdown, brother.
Oh, Lord.
It was horrible.
The
Watch
Mitch,
out for the prize.
It was Pony showing up, man.
bro, the Mitch fucking revenge game. The Mitch motherfucking revenge game. That
Yes,
motherfucker
bro.
went out
Yes,
there
dude.
and he just was like, we've seen this guy. It's not like this is not a guy we've never seen. We've seen Laser Show Mitch. We've seen fucking, third quarter Mitch or whatever the fuck. Like he would go into zones sometimes. We've seen it. And he just fucking locked in and was like, pew, 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 pew. And the Buffalo Bills.
They were beating our ones one-on-one, man. It was
Bro,
it
the
was
Buffalo
brutal.
Bills are on a whole other level. It's weird to say that, but they are on a whole other level from top to bottom.
They got more talent.
Coaching.
And that's not taking anything away from what Mitch
Right.
did. Dobble played coach to his strengths. What a fucking concept.
Yeah.
He let him run spread. Mitch said after the game, like it's kind of nice to be put in a position where I can read the defense early and all that shit. Dobble did his thing with Mitch. Mitch played well.
Yeah.
It sucked to see. I wanted to see him get lit up a little bit, but
Well, it's
Here's
a
the
lot of
thing
cover
is-
two. It's cover two man, and then
Right.
we drop a zone every once in a while. It's not like we're throwing exotic blitzes at him.
you
So let's
can't.
keep it in a little context.
Yeah, but to put things into perspective too, Jer, it's all simple shit, right? We didn't scheme up, but when our players do something against non-schemed up shit, we get all hard about it. You
Right.
can't have
It's
it both
true.
ways.
I mean,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
well,
Like,
Bro, Stephon Diggs didn't play. Like, he didn't have his number one. He was playing with second stringers against our first stringers, okay? Like, that, you cannot take that away from dude. Like,
No.
that
No, he
dude
played
went out
well.
and carved up. And no, it wasn't like, oh my God, he threw for 3 touchdowns, but he just looked locked in and he looked comfortable and he was just playing fucking football.
he
And
looked fast on the rollout, like faster than he ever looked.
Yeah, because
This
he's
last
confident.
season.
He's confident. Nagy, a lot of people say Nagy didn't change the offense for Mitch. He did, but he did it passive aggressively. He did it like a fucking, like half-ass. And as soon as he could, he would try to ram his shit down Mitch's fucking throat. Super pause. Because he didn't want to run it. I gotta run high school offense. I gotta run the I formation. They didn't bring me here to win the I formation,
Oh,
bitch ass
God.
Nagy.
Win.
He changed
Brought you there
it.
to win.
He changed the offense reluctantly for Mitch, and you could feel it, and everybody could feel it. Like it was like he tried so hard to get Mitch to grasp his fancy fucking, bullshit offense. And which has never materialized here. And then when he fucking didn't do it, he like reluctantly went with this dumbed down version, which you could tell his heart wasn't even in.
I wasn't surprised with what I saw with Mitch. He played better than I thought he would. What he was doing, we knew he was capable of doing. It's just
like how you should know that guy so well and be able to confuse him. The Bears defense should know how to confuse Mitch Trubisky so fucking easily. They should have the book on this kid.
Dude,
They didn't do a damn thing.
It was 28-0 in a blink.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, Dobble, he knew that our weakness has always been the slant game.
Yes.
That quick game. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, how the fuck does Dable know how to beat our defense, and Mitch knows how to beat our defense, but we don't know how to beat Mitch? What the fuck? And we still can't fucking tackle.
The evil genius, man. That's what I was just gonna say. Teach tackling, bro. You're so smart. You're such a wizard.
And I put this tweet kind of blew up a little bit, and because Grody said, "Here's the fucking turnover bucket with the the fucking basketball hoop and all this gimmicky shit," and I quote tweeted and just said, "How about a tackle bucket? Like, fucking make a tackle."
Right.
I don't know who it was today in the presser, but finally got Nagy to say something bad about the defense. Like, he called them out for tackling. You know what I mean? And that's going to be interesting dynamic because Nagy is not in any type of reverence about Desai. Nagy feels he is Desai's, which is kind of bullshit because Desai has way more experience than Nagy, but he thinks that Desai's below him, whereas I don't think he thought that about Fangio and Pagano. So it's going to be interesting to see if Nagy starts throwing the defense under the bus a little bit.
I don't care about all that shit. I think it's going to be nice to see. We keep hearing about how smart all these coaches are. We don't need fucking scientists. We need teach fundamentals at this point.
Yeah.
Like, tackling was atrocious. Fucking Eddie still making business decisions with that dude.
So we gloss that over. Maybe people may not know.
Eddie got paid. Eddie got paid and went prime time.
Yep. He thinks he's fucking Dion. We've been saying it for 2 seasons. He thinks he's fucking neon Dion, high-stepping Eddie Jackson, just waiting for his pick sixes. And he's not coming on stage unless it's for a pick six, right? Fuck that.
The loudest boo in the stadium was for one Andy Dalton, and it was not close.
Yeah, so Jared was at the game.
Fucking
in crazy seats. What row were you in? Like 5? 2. Jared had row 2 seats. Let's
say this. I was yelling and screaming, and I got Mike Furry's attention. I can tell you that. Yeah. He was staring me down. I was staring back. It's like, they ain't been playing no fucking hard. It was hot.
You should have taken your belt off and said, "Come on, Goldberg."
Come on, Goldberg.
I'm just putting it out there that maybe some people on the defense were like, let's let fucking Mitch show Baldy locks up.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just fucking let old Mitchy fucking light visor boy up. Just because I don't know if they like, dude.
There was some love trying to get us not to boo for him live. So
yeah, fuck all that. Tariq Cohen, if you boo Trubisky, you're lame and a weirdo. It's like, listen.
I'm a weirdo. Fuck that guy. He's on the other team.
Yeah, like, fuck out of here. These guys, I mean, like, stop being so fucking soft, like you Instagram baby.
79th and Haller said it best, man. Like with Tariq in his comments and Eddie's comments, fucking do something on the field and then talk your shit. Don't tell us how to fucking handle our shit when you're not handling yours.
Yeah, exactly. Be like that fucking tool who's out on Twitter telling people they can't say we about their team because they don't play for the team. Some clown with the NFL in his handles, like trying to say you can't say we and us because you're not on the team. Fuck you.
Biscuits like CVS, man.
Yeah.
Receipts.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, that was some dude who was like, yes, I agree with that dude. Like, clowns, bro. We can say whatever the fuck we want about them. Just like Bragg said, I mean, fucking who's been on the Bears for 20 plus years? Nobody, but we've been fucking there for 20 plus years with these buffoons.
And that's a stance change from Braggsy.
Yeah.
He wasn't much on doing. And now it's like, you know what? It just pissed me off because it's like it's the same shit we've seen. It's the same shit. Guys getting beat off the line of scrimmage, can't handle a slant. Starters, not backups. Our starters versus their backups. They couldn't fucking handle it. Then by the time you get to the third quarter, who's Justin playing against? 3s and 4s. What the fuck? You can't get an evaluation of a quarterback against 3s and 4s. He was 9 of 19.
You don't have to
What
worry
is
about
it?
that, Jer. They don't evaluate in the preseason.
So
we're
yeah,
good,
our
right?
support. Well, this is the thing. That's a good point. Nagy don't know what the fuck to
He
do in the
pissed me right the
preseason
fuck off of that
because he
shit.
was so smart. Remember, Nagy was so smart that he outsmarted the preseason before. So he, so it's like Nagy was smarter than the fucking preseason, right? Smarter than Belichick, smarter than fucking, all these coaches with track records. It's like, oh, well, McVay did it, so now it's cool, right? So okay, cool. So this year, he finally realizes, actually last year, he says he would have done it. But this year, he fucking finally realizes, oh, we have to use the preseason. But here's what's fucked up is that he's openly admitted the fact that he's so scared about the second guessing that he's second guessing himself. And he's saying, well, we have to balance the risk and this, and that. It's like, no, just line up the fucking guys and play football. Like, now he's like, so you're fucking giving Dalton first team reps, but it's not even the first team. It's not even the fucking first team. It's like some fucking like 2/3 of the first team. You don't have Komet. You don't have Allen Robinson. Like you don't.
Jimmy Graham's there, all $9 million of him.
You don't have fucking Darnell Mooney much. So, like, what is Dalton playing with? Dalton, like, the people are crying that Fields isn't fucking getting it to play with any talent. It's like Andy Dalton, who supposedly is your number one, is not getting any talent to play with either.
Well, the biggest problem I had is you got Nagy coming out and saying afterwards that we're going to wait for the regular season to evaluate Dalton. And what the fuck was he doing in the half the fucking game? You're taking reps away from the kid who needs to develop.
Well, you can't.
For a guy you're not even fucking evaluating.
Well,
like,
and here's the
shit.
Here's the. Go ahead.
It's hard to evaluate when you're going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Well, yeah, and then
It looked, but you know what? There's your offensive identity that we've always seen since Nagy's been here. So at least there's an identity, I guess. That's what it is.
Right.
There's too many holes. There's too many holes in this dude's plot. Like
that fucking game. That fucking game was a straight up embarrassment. And what did we come out of it with? We got Andy Dalton being smug about his 73-yard touchdown. And then here comes the fucking PR team. Oh, Rodney Adams just had a baby. Oh, he was rocking the baby in the end zone. Oh, what an amazing story. It's like, you got fucking boat raced. Shut the fuck up about... I mean, it's a nice story. It's a really nice story.
I'm not talking about the story. But like
you got ran off the field.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but what Rodney... That ball he caught, though, that was fucking awesome. Like that,
he was a great catch. It was not a great throw.
Right,
great
exactly.
Catch.
It looked just like AJ Green.
Yeah,
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, like fucking AJ Green's highlight reel owes Dalton money because that dude. I mean, like, just like Mitch fucking made A-Rob into a highlight reel because he's literally diving all over the place. Like fucking Dalton made AJ Green into a highlight reel. Yeah, for sure. Nagy's wannabe Reed. I mean, for sure. Like, I mean, look, as I was saying, like maybe he's gonna throw a little bit of rank over Desai this season because he thinks he's like an elder statesman. And it's like, bro, Desai was coaching in the NFL and Nagy was still like dicking around in the Arena League. Like, I mean, fuck out of here. Like,
you're talking about Twitter. Yeah, you're talking about Twitter too, and like all these people, it's convenient when it's convenient. It's just preseason. Fuck out of here with that. Like we talk Bears all year long. It's not just preseason to us. The effort, man. What the fuck?
Right.
Like your team is a reflection of the coach. They didn't. They came out. I don't even care. I get the score. The score doesn't really matter in the preseason. I will say that. But performance does, your depth, how they're playing does. There was no energy. There was no energy with that.
It was fucking hot as hell, and they were not ready to play
any part of it. They were done.
Yep, they're over it.
They're like, well, it's hot. I don't know.
The
Bills didn't give a fuck.
Nope.
No, they come out because they wanted to make a
because the Bills are on a goddamn mission. The Bills feel like they were one game away from the Super Bowl, which they were. So, like, they're on a fucking mission. Like, they're on a mission from God. And the Bears are like, oh, it's fucking hot. Mitch is going off. Fuck it.
And go ahead, Joe.
They got just the reward for it, too, because they got booed off the field a lot.
As they fucking should.
as they should have been. I mean, for the first time ever, I left in the third quarter.
It's
like
just
I can fucking
frustrating.
take it.
It's frustrating as fuck because Egghead just doesn't see the fact that Fields should be the starter. Let's stop the bullshit.
Right. You know what's fucked up is that he does see it. He knows it, but he's spinning another little fucking craggy web of lies inside of his head. Because that's how he operates. Like, he knows the fucking truth. He's a straight shooter enough to know the fucking truth. He knows, like, what is going on. He knows that he should start Justin Fields. But here's the issue is that number one, they fucking promised Dalton, which was like, oh my God. Like, literally, we had to beg Andy Dalton to be our quarterback and be like, oh, Andy, you'll be our number one, baby. You're going to be Big Poppy on the scene, QB1. Well, what about Foles? Don't worry about him. Fuck Foles. You're our dog. He fucking brought Dalton in here, promised him that shit, which fucked us. And then, like, fucking Nagy knows. But the problem is if you start Dalton and then he doesn't play so good and you go with Fields, it's just going to be much smoother for everybody. Like
you could see what he needs to work on, though. He didn't even look at that blitzer. He did not even catch that guy. It's like, now, granted, that's also with third string linemen who, even though they should be able to say, hey, you got a linebacker over here or something,
It's kind of
that's supposed to be 5-0 coverage, where the linemen, there's 5 rushers and 5 linemen. They're supposed to call it out. And whoever comes free, that's the quarterback's guy, right? Justin didn't see it. He's got to work.
Nobody saw it. Nobody, bum ass, whoever the fuck, Alex Redmond didn't see it. Like Pig Simmons. Bro, they got dudes they found in the Home Depot parking lot playing offensive line and almost getting this guy killed. Right. I mean, heart was in my throat, bro. Like, I was like, you cannot be serious. This kid's going to be in concussion protocol at the least. At least when that shit happened.
And there were people, like, making comments when they showed the replay about, oh, how's the speed of the game now, Justin? Like, I said, you fucking lemmings. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Did you hear the whole quote? Kid wasn't talking shit. He was just giving his defense a compliment.
Bro, you guys are assholes. I mean, a lot of people are gassing Fields up, but I'm starting to, like, see how he's treated differently. We're watching Trevor Lawrence behind a terrible offensive line on Monday Night Football getting killed, and they can't wait to make excuses about that line. Right. And then fucking Taysom Hill, 2 plays in, Levy's like, well, he is playing with the second-string offensive line. Like, come on, you gotta make a fucking excuse for Tebow Taysom fuck Hill.
But fuck Pace too, man, because all his fix to the problem of our O-line was to get rid of a guy. I don't like Leno. He got rid of a guy that was available a lot, even though he sucked. I get it. Right. But you brought in a rookie right tackle to be your fucking blind side. I didn't like it. I liked Jenkins. I wanted him to play right tackle. But, like, that was risky in itself. Now you're dealing with an injury. Now you're bringing a guy that's older, hopefully can play 3/4 of the season. I like Peters. I think he'll be good for the young guys. But, like, Pace is, when it comes to offensive line.
Yeah, it's wild.
You know what I mean? Like, bad. I mean, the one positive is that you did get Larry Borum reps and he didn't get his fucking bell rung. I think Peters will be a good mentor for him.
They have 3 weeks to get this together. They're getting everybody back now.
We got Daniel's back. We got Ifedi's back today. I mean, maybe there's hope that they can get some of that shit together, but I don't know.
Yeah, like, listen, I went to camp today and the line was, like, I mean, it's like, okay, take a spoonful of sugar with this poison, but it's like you kind of look at the line and said, okay, like, that's not the worst thing I've ever seen. And Lord knows we have a lot of shit-ass lines to compare things to. So you go, oh, there's there's fucking Jason Peters. That dude is a house.
Yeah, like, he
is a big, large, serious motherfucker. Then you have James Daniels, who's looking pretty good. You got fucking Cody, who's always a stalwart.
Solid,
you know what Cody's going to get
Solid.
You. And then fucking you got and then you have who else?
Ifedi.
Oh, Mustafa, then fucking Cody, then you have Ifedi who comes back. And Ifedi, you know what? Like, he's Leno at right tackle with less penalties.
Hopefully.
I don't think Ifedi's special in any way at tackle. People want to try to say that. I hear this thing like Cap and some people, were like, "Oh, Ifedi played well." No. Ifedi clocked in every day and showed up and didn't embarrass himself because the rest of the line was embarrassing themselves on their own.
Pretty decent. He did.
The bar is so low. Why is the bar so low? The fucking bar is too low. Like, if that's like,
I agree.
Nobody else would think, like, the fucking teams that expect championships. Like, you think the Packers would think that Ifedi was playing well if they saw him? I'm saying we're so not used to any kind of competent fucking tackle play that we literally think like Ifedi is good.
You get a top quarterback in this league, and the league wants to get behind them. The league lets your offensive line hold a little bit. Let's just call it what it is.
Well, I hope fucking so. So I'm at camp, and you know what? Like, seeing all those guys together, I kind of felt like, okay, like, But the thing is, there's always a fucking another injury. Like, everybody knows that the offensive line is like 2 injuries away from just truck drivers.
Do you play those guys in Tennessee since I have to have
absolutely?
They need reps.
Absolutely. If you know what, Nagy needs to grow a set and fucking throw Fields and whatever first teamers they can put out there. I'm not saying play
Peters already said he needs to get his legs under him to catch up.
I'm not saying you play A-Rob, but I'm saying pretty much you give him the first team offensive line and you give him pretty much as much first team as you're able and let him fucking rip. Why the fuck not? But they're not going to do that. They'll probably do that for Dalton, and then we're going to see, and then it's going to be the Foles show. Like, I guarantee you Foles plays like 2 quarters in that game.
Stop it.
Don't. Bro, you know it's going to go down like
Don't fucking plant that seed.
Foles is like, you better fucking give me a showcase in this preseason or I'll pull the curtain back even more on you, baldy locks.
Slicing and dicing.
Like, yeah. Like, I mean, fucking, there's a lot of weird shit going on in that quarterback room. And thank God Fields was okay. And thank God, bro.
Tell me about it. It was a deep sigh.
Shame on. I mean, Nagy didn't need to keep him in that long with guys that are going to be selling freaking used Camrys.
Like, what's fucked up is that Fields makes everybody look functional. Yeah. Like, he's so talented that he could be out there with fucking bums, and he's leading bums down the field.
You complain about our offensive line. Like, quarterback on this roster is the best remedy for our offensive line. Fields.
Yeah. Somebody said he scored 16 points or some. He's got more points. They scored more touchdowns and shit.
His game looked rough, but he had fucking drops. He had fucking, it wasn't his fault. Like, he's putting the ball on these shoemakers' hands, and they can't fucking catch it. I mean, it's like, it's like these dudes were like selling phones at Verizon last week, and now they're catching balls from fucking Justin Fields.
There's just I mean, the dynamic of the way this whole team's built with Pace at the helm here. Like, Pace has always been about competition. Now Nagy's coming out and so there's no competition. He's getting the start right off the rip. Like, that's a little bit of a difference in philosophy there.
That's a good comment. This is a good comment. It's Bryson said the way Fields was on Saturday is the way Watson was in Houston 4 years ago. It's a good comp.
Well, I was kind of gonna touch on something similar to that. Basically, like you're putting Dalton out there. We're gonna go 8-8 again. Like, I'd rather see us, 8-9 or whatever. Like, now that there's 17 games, but I would rather see us have a worse record and Fields get his shit in, because if potentially Rodgers could leave next year. Now you got Fields year 2. He's got his rookie shit out of his system. Like, I just think go with him, man. This kid's too good to be fucking handcuffing right now.
On a scale
they're just fucking scared though.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid are you that Matt Nagy will fuck him up?
You know what? I think he's kind of unfuckwittable in a way, so I'm not only going to put it at like a 6.
I think there's coaches that could develop him better, but I think he's going to. I think just like Watson, if we're bringing that up,
yeah.
Sometimes the talent overrides the bullshit.
Yeah, he's so good. I don't even think Nagy can fuck him up. Like, I really don't. So but I'm still worried because it's fucking Nagy and really like fuck that.
Fuck him up and throw a bad offensive line out there. Keep playing running the same shit.
Well, I mean, you know, fucking Watson got hurt. It wasn't because of offensive line, but that dude fucking takes hits like crazy. Like, you know,
they don't win in Houston either, do they?
No, they fucking don't. They have a 5,000-yard passer. They have fucking, you know, I mean, legal shit.
Much money going on.
Right.
You can't tell me like the players don't feel it when Fields goes in and the stadium lights up. Like how are you really selling Dalton when they know what Fields can do? They see it every fucking day.
There was no fucking reason on earth to sign Andy Dalton at all, ever. They should never have done it. It was such a crock of shit to ever sign this dude. They literally spent $10 million that they do not have to buy red-haired Nick Foles.
I don't think it was a bad move if we didn't draft the kid, but you couldn't predict that. I don't think I think it was an upgrade.
Could you no, bro? Can you imagine if our quarterbacks were Dalton and Foles right now, and that's it, and we drafted fucking Greg Newsome, and we're like, oh, our cornerbacks are sick. Like,
I'm not a Dalton fan.
He'd be on the field.
Dalton is not. I don't know that Dalton is better than Foles. If you give Foles a full camp and give him all the reps.
Good Lord. Foles' arm he's a fucking statue with a noodle arm, bro. Fuck all that shit.
Oh, so you're gleaning all this great fucking hot fire from Dalton? Like out of what is 6 plays, is 3 and outs?
Okay, so what does Foles have besides this Hostetler moment?
They both suck.
No,
I'm just saying I don't think Dalton's. Is he that much better?
Yes.
You saw the tape. Brother. He could that naked boot was real now. That's real. That's real now.
Yo, that was fucking hilarious. That was like a broken run play. I put it up on fucking the tailgate. That was like a broken run play, and he just took off like it was like a naked boot, and Mac was chasing him, and I guarantee you Mac was laughing like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, dude, that was crazy. The whole fucking side just was dying laughing, and I was yelling. I was like, stop trying to run Justin's plays, Dalton. Like, I was like, dude, like, it was
a lot of broken plays, man, all over the place. Like, good Lord.
Right.
Communication seems to be a problem.
Well, and also
he had to take his helmet off and fix it.
Once again, now, and I will say these are fucking guys who were like out of the league. The 4th and 5th receivers on this team are a ragtag squad. They're coming up. They're doing some shit, but they're a ragtag squad. So, like, I'm not going to completely blame it. But again, crazy ass Mike Furry cannot fucking coach a scramble drill to save his fucking life. Bears receivers don't know how to come back to the ball.
Rodney would be the 5th, right?
They do not know where the fuck to go on a scramble drill, and they have not since Mike Furry has been here. Probably prior to that. But we didn't really have a guy who needed a scramble drill because we didn't really fucking have a guy who was scrambling until Mitch got there. So.
Wow, that's. What do they. That's a great.
That's
I don't know. Rodney
says Mike Furry and Chris Tabor, what do they bring to the table? Jack shit. They suck.
Yeah, the garbage.
Steroids. Oh!
Bro, both of them are jack shit coaches. Like,
you said.
Can I just say that when you go to practice, you realize how little the fucking coaches do. Like it's just like a rotating drill. Like, there's so little like actual coaching that happens on the field. It's all done off of film and breakdown. Like, but sometimes, and I wish that it would happen more often. And I know, maybe it happens sometimes, but it's like sometimes I want to see a coach stop everybody and go, no, that was bullshit. Do it again. And you never see that at practice. Jer, ever see that with the Nagy regime where anybody was like, no, fuck that. Everybody stop. You guys do it fucking right. Line the fuck back up.
There's no attitude.
Like, I'm not, you can't treat these players like old school back in the day shit. I'm not saying you're going to get fucking these guys to do up downs or something, but like, I just want to see a coach go, hold up. You guys are trash. Let's run it the fuck back. It's like, I like the speed of the practice, and that's a good change, but it's like nobody ever coaches in practice. They're all waiting to coach off the film. And it's like players need to be fucking like jarred and have their face mask shook a little bit. Like, ho, this is how you fucking do it. Like, you're sitting there watching themselves on video. I just don't think it works.
Yeah, there just needs to be some attitude brought in. I mean, it's very lackadaisical. It's very laissez-faire. There's a word.
Mustafa said it, that they don't have the attitude. They literally, Mustafa was like, we were hoping Jenkins was going to bring the attitude. Because somebody asked him, like, who's bringing the nasty? In that
Peters might help out in that department.
I hope so. I hope fucking so. Because they need somebody
who teeth in and gets his walker out. We'll see what happens.
Because that's what other thing that killed me about the Justin Fields getting crushed by that dude, that fucking weirdo who like went on Twitter for 2 hours trying to be a TikTok star, Andre Smith. What the fuck? You're a fucking weirdo. But you know what killed me about that? Nobody got Justin's back.
Yeah,
like
that
nobody was like, "What the fuck? I'm getting in somebody's face right now because our boy just got rocked."
Yeah, nothing.
It's all about
nothing. Attitude. They let our boy's helmet and his headband and his fucking watch, his wallet flew out of his pants, like his fucking shoes flew off his feet. He got rocked, and they're like, "Oh, what happened? Wait for the refs." Fuck out of here! Like that the coaches don't instill that fight in them. They don't have it on their own, and that's what you fucking see. You see a fucking bunch of guys who like watch themselves on video play football, but aren't in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they're watching themselves. Like players watch themselves in the jumbotrons. It's like,
Oh, that's my guy that just fucking got through and got my quarterback killed, and now
I'm actually right here right now. I need to do something because holy fuck,
this should have been launched.
You launched into your quarterback.
Benches should have fucking cleared, bro. The benches should have cleared. Somebody should have ran across the field like George Brett out of the dugout, like fucking like somebody should have been all up in there. Somebody's kitchen just looking to hit a motherfucker. But no. And you know who would have? Yeah. Anthony Miller would have.
Yeah, I give him that.
Anthony Miller would have been right fucking there in somebody's grill, bro. Miller would have.
The dude came up high, right? It wasn't like the dirtiest hit I've ever seen, but he should have been lit up.
Doesn't matter. Even the optics. I mean, thank God it wasn't as bad as it seemed, and it just seems like he hit the helmet just right and it popped. Like it was a glancing blow, thank God. Like even though it looked hardcore, because he dropped the ball and like I said, he fucking dropped his lunch money.
Fields dropped his head a little bit too. There was a little bang bang.
Yes, because he always tries to when he feels the pressure, his move is to duck out of it or dip out of it. So that's what he does and starts looking for it. Go ahead.
As a guy that played a little bit of line in school, I wasn't great or nothing. If my quarterback was like that, you bet your ass we're coming.
Bro, if the quarterback trips and falls and you think somebody pushed him, you find a fucking face mask to get into. Like, I mean, you don't have to punch dudes, but you better fucking grill up on somebody and let them know that shit doesn't fly. Like, come on. Like, I'm just saying, they were like in a fucking fog.
Yeah, like they were like, I'm telling you, man.
That should be a coaching point on their film study this week. If Castillo has a set of balls,
the film study should be, hey, have a little fucking heart.
Yes.
You realize how many people fucking pay for tickets, show up, not knowing if that's going to be the last time they can go see a fucking game.
You know what? I don't even know if that.
It's a preseason game.
Right.
Even if it's a preseason game, the backups got to have some heart. There was no heart. They didn't want to be there. They didn't want no fucking part of being sweaty in those hot pads, and they weren't having it. They didn't want no part of it.
No.
And it was sad, and you could see it.
And these are guys fighting for their jobs in the second half.
And the Bills came to stomp necks, and they were just like, "Oh, we're
here to take your shit."
Yeah, and they were like, "You know what? We're gonna let's let Mitchie have a revenge game." Fucking, they gave him one.
It's just preseason, guys. Though, relax. It's just preseason.
Yeah, that's not. Fuck you. It's just preseason, people. Like, I know, literally, fuck you. Get the fuck off Twitter. Go bake a fucking banana bread.
Come back in the regular season.
Go fucking go on fucking Pinster with that shit or whatever. What is that fucking stupid fashion site? I don't know what's it called. Fucking.
I don't know. You're on your own.
Just fucking go do some arts and crafts. Go fucking play Uno. Go banana bread. Go live your pandemic life, and don't tell me how to fucking fan.
Yeah, let us suffer through this shit.
Like, all I know is that the Bears are on TV and they're embarrassing me again. That's what I fucking know. I don't care whether it's preseason, postseason, Nickelodeon game. When the Bears are on, fucking sorry, I'm in my fucking feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Pinterest, thank you. Go fuck on Pinterest with your shit.
Bills are my brother's team too, so I had to take an L there.
Hey, and fucking the Bills have great fans. I like the players. I want them to succeed. No, there's no fan base that is longer suffering and more worthy of a Super Bowl victory than the Buffalo Bills fans. I mean, we cry about that double doink like it's some real shit. These fucking people lost the Super Bowl how many goddamn times?
Yeah,
we're still crying about 2006 and the fucking double doink. Like,
that
the
team
Bills
wasn't going to the Super Bowl. Let's just
no. Like, stop acting like Cody Parkey kept the Bears from the Super Bowl. Like, stop yourselves. Like, you're out of your fucking minds.
Oh, it still hurt. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
But like,
no, I want to shout out to the Bills fans. The ones that I met were really cool. You know, every time I saw one, I was like, "Devon, get the tables." But
hell yeah, man! You know what? It's a quality organization and fan base.
Yeah, they're a cool fan base. I've caught games there, so like I got to give them that.
I mean, but they just, my thing is that the Bears were embarrassing, and it's like, if you don't want me to talk shit about that on Twitter, what the fuck are you there for? Like, I had to remind everybody again that we are not here for the fucking rah-rah shit. Like, go fucking, jerk off Larry Mayer. Go let Lauren Screen fucking sell you Dunkin' Donuts. Fuck off with all that. Like,
I don't like being negative, but shit, man, when it's called for, you got to call how you see it.
Like, how the fuck can you have seen that and feel good about Nagy as a coach, even if Mitch didn't light them up? I don't care if fucking Jake Fromm lit them up for 48 fucking points. You better be pissed about your goddamn coach. That's embarrassing.
Saturday was a heartless, gutless, ballless, no fucking effort, no heart.
Trash.
That's why I fucking left. I had enough.
Trash, bro.
And if I'm a coach and I see that on tape, bitch, we doing something about that.
Well, and I can tell you, as being at the first practice
I was going to ask you that. How did it look? Did it look like a team that just got their ass kicked?
No. I mean, listen, they were focused. I felt like it was actually pretty crisp. They were not in pads. There was, a decent amount of 7-on-7 and a decent amount of 11-on-11 work. It was crisp, but it was relaxed as fuck. They were not a team that had been told off. We're not a team that had been fucking, like, given, the fire and brimstone. They were like a team that's like, we'll get them next time, guys. Like, and they were relaxed. That's it. And fucking, for the first time in God knows how long, actually ever, A-Rob and Mooney and a couple other guys got in reps with Justin. It wasn't with full first team, but I actually saw Justin Fields throw a ball to, Allen Robinson, which was cool. And I saw him throw a couple balls to Mooney, which was also cool. But, I mean, it's fucking, to finish the point, it's like real relaxed. Like, not not head down, tail between legs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they should be, but they shouldn't feel good. Like, they should feel a little embarrassed about that.
I agree.
That's all. And I just think it's, even if you take the Mitch part out of it, which is a huge part, it's still a bad look for Nagy to have
the
that
two people that
show
should
up
be
like
the most embarrassed are the corners. They were destroyed by twos and threes.
How was the pressure though up front? Shit.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but it's 3 steps and boom. It's 3 steps and boom. You got to either cut off that slant and fight over the top or fight under it.
Bro,
you can't just sit there and get fucking torched.
You see how the Saints were playing against the fucking Jags? They were fucking going at Trevor Lawrence like Greg Williams was back there and there was a bounty on him.
Slide. They better teach that boy to slide because he took.
They better teach him to fucking throw the ball away. Like, that dude is in harm's way, and they were coming for him. Why isn't our defense like that? Our defense wasn't trying to kill Mitch.
No,
they were trying to kill Justin, though. They were trying to kill our guy, but our defense was like, "Oh, we're cool. We're gonna let Mitch just ball out because that's our boy." Like, and we don't really want to fucking.
If there is another positive, Thomas Graham had a pretty decent game, I thought.
Yeah, he showed up. He had a nice pass breakup today. Jameer Bird got in, and Justin threw him I put it up. Justin threw about a 45-yard bomb, and it was right there, and Graham made a good play on it, knocked it away at the last second. And 7-on-7s, but still. 7-on-7s are fun. I mean, I don't know how much they tell you about anything other than can a quarterback hit a throw on timing, and you can judge a little bit on like the cornerback versus the wide receiver battles. But like, they're fun as fuck to watch. Like, I would love to watch, just like, because it's all that trash of the line is not in your way. It's just like, man on man.
So in the practice, did Dalton look decent? Like, because my thing, like, I wouldn't mind Andy being the starter if he showed that he was a little bit better than Justin. He hasn't shown that.
He looked okay. He didn't look like it. I would be lying if I told you he looked better than Fields. I thought both quarterbacks looked fine. Justin had some moments. Dalton threw picks. Dalton had the busted run play. There was a lot of Artavis Pierce on the field, which is kind of interesting. Jimmy Graham was running with all 3 units. Like, I'll tell you what, like, when you watch Jimmy Graham on a football field, it's not hard to understand why they want to sign him. Like, he's enormous. Like, that dude is enormous. He is fucking, like, his physical stature is unbelievable.
Martellus Bennett was just like that too, man. He was a house.
It's crazy. Like, you see how big he is, and it's like, oh my god. Like, and that you get enamored with that shit. Like, Justin threw him one ball. It was just a little.
Did you need a little alone time?
No, but you see why. You see why fucking they want him around. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a quarterback who is accurate, and we do at least have that, I will give Dalton that he is fairly accurate. Graham can be a killer. I mean, for a little bit of time when Mitch kind of honed in a little bit with Graham, Graham looked fucking great. Like, just don't make him do shit that he's not good at. Like, he's a weapon. Like, come on, like, just fucking use him as a weapon. Like.
So using that thought process with the lineman coming back, are you still ready to move on from Dalton?
Dude, why do we move? We shouldn't have moved into Dalton. So fucking.
I'm saying,
move on from him as accurate. Starter, or move on from him. Let's get rid of him.
No, move on from him as a starter. You said he's accurate.
Absolutely.
I mean, you said he's accurate. If he gets time in the pocket.
He looks fairly functional. Here's what I think, though, is that he is, if all they want to do is do, fucking, it's like 3rd and 7 and we throw 7.5 yards. And, If that's what they want to do and they want to be really conservative, I think Dalton will be okay. He'll be, a serviceable quarterback. But he is going to throw interceptions on deep balls. Like
he threw an interception Saturday.
He doesn't. Well, and the receiver fell down, which Nagy was big and quick to point out that Rodney Adams fell down. It's like, okay, but whatever. Like, he still threw a fucking pick. I just, he's okay. He's not dynamic. He doesn't scare a defense. Like, Dalton is not going to get the defense to play you honest. Fields, as an unknown,
he'll keep the rush honest. Just
Fields will make the defense play them completely honest. There will be lanes to run the ball because Fields is such a threat. I mean, you already saw it.
He is. We also need to see how he is when teams scheme him, though, because it's easy to run.
Sure.
It's easy to run on these teams in the preseason. They're not scheming hard.
It is, but I'm just saying, he has that. He has that
extra thing. If you give him a crease, he's gone, kind of thing, right?
Yeah. So you just have to be so careful. You know what I'm saying? And so the way that honestly, I'll be interested to see what teams do, because there will be teams that say, "Fine, let him fucking scramble. We'll bend but don't break, and we'll let you have between the 30s or between the 25s. But as soon as fucking we want to tighten up, we're going to tighten up, and we're not going to let you get that, because then the end zone becomes a buffer." It's Bryson says, what is Nagy trying to prove?
I'll tell you.
Everything.
He's got the smartest man in the room syndrome.
I'm
the smartest guy.
I think he knows that this is his last shot, and I think he's fucking a little bit scared of that. So now it's safe to just say we're just going to develop him behind Dalton, because once Fields hits the field,
you play scared in the NFL, you're done,
ticking, dude.
Yep.
He knows that shit.
But I think he has a lot to prove with Dalton. He's putting his dick in the wind with Dalton right now. He is telling us that he said Dalton's ready to start a game right now. Dalton knows this offense so well. Dalton only made one mistake in practice. Dalton.
Dalton buys him another year if he plays the whole season.
I know.
Because then he can lean on Fields will start next year.
But if I'm telling you, if fucking Dalton looks like shit, and it looks if Dalton goes out and has a game where he throws the ball 50 times and we don't even try to run the ball.
You don't want that.
And we're on that. I know, but if Nagy goes on one of his benders, on one of his bullshit runs, when Nagy starts getting that good fucking yayo of throwing the ball, he's like, I fucking just can't take it, and just throw. I'll throw us out of every fucking hole. I don't care. I'll throw us out. We'll throw the biggest play. He fucking cracks out on that shit. If he does that, he can get himself in big trouble. I'm just saying. I think Pace will fucking have no choice if Nagy goes full crack Nagy, and he has to fire him.
You can learn from veterans, all right? I get all that. And I think Dalton would be a great person to back him up, because he can teach him a lot experience-wise, breaking down film with him, all that shit, right? Fields has shown everybody that he's a more talented player. If this team is all about winning and doing what's best for the Chicago Bears, you fucking start Fields. Otherwise, all your words are fucking bullshit. Sorry.
Well, we've already just established word salad, right? He's already got that in his bag. The one thing I will say that did disturb me about Justin was the fact that he missed that read. He's got to see that read. Now, I hope he learned from that, and I hope that he's cognizant of it, because there's some light switches there.
Dalton fucked up some reads too. Dalton was getting pummeled.
Oh, Dalton, yeah.
Yeah, I get that, Jared, but somebody needs to see that. Somebody on his team, it can't just be him. He's, I
don't know what the dynamic is with that group. If a lineman even has the option of making a line call there. I don't know.
I bet the center does.
You would think.
I just feel like we're being a little hard on him to put that much weight on that one thing.
Exactly. That was the thing that did make it better. Biscuits brought up. They ran that same blitz, but it came off a corner, and they didn't have a linebacker. It was a corner. that came off the edge instead of
Right.
the linebacker tucked.
Right.
And he did read it.
And he explained it. And one of the things that I give
He
Wiederer
learns from
credit
his
for,
mistakes, and that's
he
what
does.
the preseason is for.
And I gotta give Wiederer credit, and we've always been Wiederer fans, but sometimes he goes a little hardcore in different directions, and I'm always like, what are you doing?
He can be a little negative, but I like him overall.
Yeah, but he has been doing a really smart thing where he's challenging Fields to give fucking in-depth answers about things. And Fields is stepping up because he's, extremely smart, and he does understand that. And I think it's really cool the way Wiederer is like recognizing that this dude is smart, you know what I'm saying? Like, and letting him flex on that. Because Justin's not the kind of guy who would just throw that out there. You see how he's already got, had to explain himself, about saying that, the game's slow. So he's not going to come out and step out and like fucking break down a play. I mean, remember how everybody tripped when Watson started doing that? Watson started just taking the reporters to class. And talking.
His persona is humorous though, because like he's like, fine, I'll take you into the football mode. You want to talk fucking? You want to talk like?
It's like, really, we want to talk two high safeties and fucking this, that.
How you want it?
Yeah, like my third, like he can go jargon real quick. But it's nice that I just enjoy seeing that, and I hope he has more of that. But I don't know. Like, one of the things is just like, it's already his fucking team. Dalton's already like fighting to have any kind of a presence in that on that fucking team. Like, it's like, yeah, everybody likes you, dude. You're red hair, fucking you're goofball. Like, okay, you're a nice guy. We're not mad at you, but just step out of the fucking way.
He's that dude, man. I don't know why they're fighting it.
Time to go.
Like, it's just so obvious. And then you see him after. You see him afterwards, and it's like, he's in the car with that Simeon Kelly guy, which I don't know who he is, but he's on Justin's team. He's like, does videos and shit for him. Seems like maybe he's kind of like, like a driver, like a mentor type of dude, somebody that's like, just, anyway, he's in the car with him. He's like, and they're just having like a laugh about it. And like, it's cool that Justin can be so intense, focused, and also have that much like joy. Like, he honestly seems like he's enjoying this too, which is fucking nice, because I mean, as Bears fans, sometimes it feels like it's hard to fucking even enjoy this shit because we're so wrapped up in it. Like, that dude is like excelling. He's not feeling the pressure, and he's literally like basking in it. And it's fucking.
We want to enjoy it.
Cool,
we want Fields in. We want to enjoy it.
I know. So stop this delayed gratification. Like, Nagy is giving us such fucking blue balls right now.
Pause.
Like, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, just give the people what they want. Like, stop being such a pussy and just let this fucking guy play. Like,
put the QB in the bucket.
Like, literally, somebody put up the fucking picture of the Bugatti in that shitty house, and it's like, I mean, that's the shit, bro. We got the fucking Bugatti. And it's like, and then you start thinking about shit like, oh, fuck, is this going to be like 2013 where all of a sudden we have an offense but the defense goes to shit? Like, we got the dude, and now it's going to be like fucking the defense is trash. I don't know.
That's that Khalil Mack trade news kind of came out. Like, it's been talked about in the chat.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Bro, like, what? So it comes out that Gruden, what kind of drugs was Gruden on? Like, calling, like, Gruden's like pandemic drunk dialing. Like, fucking like, hey man, this is Chucky. You wanna fucking give us Mac back?
No.
Like, fucking, I want to know how serious this thing was.
I want to know what the trade. I want to know what the offer was.
Mayock was probably like, "What the fuck did you do, Chucky? Like, come on."
Like, two first round picks now.
Now, if you were to trade Mac and they take Quinn, then you can get 2 firsts.
Oh my god.
Mac still has a huge dead cap.
Yeah, why would they take Quinn's contract too? Jesus.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you could do that.
It's just crazy to hear that.
Anything
Like,
to get rid of him.
They have been so fucking desperate.
I don't want to play outside linebacker.
They have been so desperate for defense since he left. Their defense has been atrocious. Their pass rush has been atrocious. Like, they're so desperate that they're literally drunk dialing Ryan Pace. Like, fucking, can we have our guy back? Oh! and like last year, they were literally trying to tell us that they won the trade. Talking about Josh Jacobs and Cleveland Farrell and whoever the fuck Ohio State cornerback who didn't even play. Like, get the fuck out of here. And that's why you don't trade him. I don't fucking 2 first-round picks.
2 first-round picks. I'll deliver him.
That's 52 jerseys. They're not losing that money.
I'm just talking about for moving forward.
Nah, they
and I like Mac, man, a ton, but like
they wouldn't do it. But he's entrenched now. I guess. Oh, and the other thing that we have to get mad about,
what you're paying him, he should be double-digit sacks every year.
Agreed. I agree.
Anything less than that is unacceptable.
I agree. You know what? Like you know that he can turn on the game wrecker shit, and he just doesn't do it. Like or he can't do it enough. I don't know.
I'm a huge Mac fan too. Don't get me wrong,
but he needs to play like he played in the Tampa game every fucking game. Period. But that's kind of who he was with the Raiders too. And the Raiders fans will tell you in this 15 sack game, it was like 3 here, 4 in one. You know, he had 5 in one game. Like, there were games where he disappeared in his fucking, best seasons in Oakland. Like, I'm not here to shit on Matt because he's fucking, he's
there's
all
your
day,
argument.
every day.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bear Down Loyal Trubiscuit says, who's making those first-round picks, though? I'd rather have Mac than 2 blown first by Pace. Absolutely. Like, and the reason you don't trade Mac is the Raiders. The Raiders are the reason. Because look at where they're at.
Yeah, I don't think
Mac is still an extremely impactful player. And if he can fucking find it in himself to be that Superman a little bit more, I mean, we can do a lot of things. Fucking crazy ass mumbling Jim Miller told Keyshawn and Jay Will that the fucking Bears can go to the Super Bowl with Andy Dalton at quarterback.
So that trade, wasn't that trade brought up in the beginning of free agency, which Derek Carr could have been involved in that back then.
Maybe, bro.
I don't know. I'm just speculating, and maybe that's.
I think Bears Twitter probably chopped that trade up too, even before it ever happened. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was talked about.
Yeah,
maybe in jest, maybe just to give Raiders fans shit, but
no, I don't know.
They're not trading back. They're just not, and unfortunately, no matter how much we wish that they could, they can't trade Robert Quinn. He's here. We just have to hope.
Can you imagine giving him the money you gave him? Dude doesn't even want to play 3-4.
Would you? I was just about to ask you. Would you consider switching to a 4-3 just for his production? If he's better in a 4-3,
fuck no. You don't.
If he's better in a 4-3,
you're gonna play 4-3, Jared.
Yeah, you pretty much play 4-3 anyway.
Your base is 3-4.
Yeah, they're not.
But I'm just saying.
I wouldn't switch. He's not the person you build a defense around. No.
Yeah. Like you gotta be. I don't like. We're talking about a whole scheme change for this guy. You got to figure out a way to get him to the quarterback.
If that would somehow spark him, Mac gets his numbers where they're usually at. You can run Eddie. You can run.
Yeah, but check it out, Jared.
Wow.
Who else in the league is doing that Robert Quinn style of pass rushing anymore?
That's true. The hand slapping, just trying to go around the edge.
That's like old school, like 90s pass rushing, like Neil Smith shit. You know what I mean? Like where it's like all they got is like
Quinn's healthy though. He can be dynamic, man.
Can, but I'm telling you, like
he's healthy.
Once guys like that lose a step, they don't have anything else. Because he's just all about that outside. Like Dwight Freeney. I mean, he's not nearly
Jared Allen, where he ran the wide nine.
All that shit. Those guys, when they go, because if they lose one step, they have nothing.
No.
And I'm just saying, like, there's not a lot of guys that are left like that. I mean, you've got to be able to do more.
Like I said, it had never happened, but I was just curious what your thought would be if You would switch to a 4-3, and you could get. I mean, you could run
I'm just saying
numbers in and out.
situationally, your defense needs to be complex enough to do that without changing your base scheme.
Right.
Situationally, you need to have moments where, you run a 3-4 and that you do it for him. He's got to be a situational pass rusher. You cannot throw him out there for 70% of the snaps because he only fucking does one thing.
Right.
It's just outside, and then maybe he'll stunt, like occasionally.
That's a lot of money for a situational pass rusher.
You don't have anybody to take his spot because Gibson ain't hit.
No. Why are you shitting on Travis Gibson?
Yeah,
he's
really
fucking coming along, bro.
Yeah,
you mean he ain't shit? He's looking good. Bro, you won't even bet me, but I guarantee you Travis has a solid year this year. I guarantee you he gets more snaps than Quinn, and I guarantee you he has 4 or 5 sacks.
And they better keep my boy Snowden, too.
Now, that guy is intriguing.
Call him my shot. Fucking Gibson has 4 or 5 sacks and plays more than Quinn this season. And, Snowden might fucking get in the mix. I'm telling you, if they stay healthy, and that's a big if, they have a great rotation on that front 7. A great rotation.
But you already saw how to beat it. How do you beat a tough pass rush?
They were the pass rush wasn't tough.
That's
not
that
day.
No, they didn't want to be out there. They melted in the heat. That's the thing, is that teams can just spread you out. Unless you get inside pressure, teams will just spread you out. Outside pressure just won't get it done.
We're talking about how excited we were about our inside linebacker depth, too. Our inside linebackers played like absolute shit.
I agree. Mm-hmm. They got taken to school.
Yeah.
Like Iggy and Woods, too, man. Fuck out of here.
Those guys are bums, bro. Like, get him off this team. We've been saying this for fucking what feels like forever.
Wims out of here. Like, Rodney Adams just pack your shit. Rodney Adams just said this.
Wims is cut. Like, apparently Wims thought his appendix burst. Did you hear this? They kind of downplayed it, but it ended up being an oblique.
Strained oblique.
Like,
I'm not trying to kick dude when he's down. I'm just saying.
Fucking get out of here, bro. Like, that's all. I get your shit. Like, Wims, come on, you're out. Ridley, I mean, those guys will land somewhere else.
Ridley
Kevin White is on the Saints right now.
Yeah, Ridley might be a 6.
It ain't like we're fucking acting like these dudes are gonna hit the streets and be at the fucking soup kitchen. They're gonna catch on with other teams. Like, fucking Ridley will be on the Falcons and Wims will be somewhere, guaranteed. Like,
Captain Roundoff, Kevin White. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, he's fucking on the Saints right now.
Dude, Jameis, huh?
Everybody's how about it? Jameis says
it's
fucking
funny. I'm on Twitter, like all these people shitting on him about his warm up thing. He's holding something, doing this. So, like,
they need to leave Jameis alone.
He came out and said, "Fuck y'all."
They need to leave Jameis alone. His own fucking like media clowns him, for getting hit by the tackling dummies and shit. Like, leave this man alone. Like, this dude.
He might be their only reason that they're worth a shit next year because it ain't taking.
Yeah, like I think Jameis is gonna put up some numbers. I think people are gonna be real surprised by Jameis.
Bear down loyals on that great route running with Ridley.
Oh, fuck all that.
Hey, he was one of the best route runners just like Anthony Miller.
Dude, like, it's the fucking Ridley so overhyped. Like, it's the same Bears PR machine. It's fucking Dax Raymond. It's fucking this and that.
I think Ridley might stick on as a 6 here. Like, you got your top. We got our top 5 pretty much picked out in my mind.
I just feel like they're like it's obviously it's A-Rob, it's Mooney, it's Goodwin, it's
Bird, yeah.
4.
Adams.
5 would be
Adams. Okay, and so
6 has got to be Daz Newsome because he's a returner.
Well, Daz Newsome, I think he's going to be a practice squad guy. And Daz is not really. Khalil Herbert's been taking returns more than Daz.
I do like Daz's potential, but I just haven't seen much out of him. I don't know if you guys were at practice. You were at practice today. I don't know if you've seen anything from him.
Newsom,
Yeah.
he's not getting a lot of snaps. He's been on the field a little bit. Then they also just signed this Isaiah Coulter guy, who is just a 5th-round pick by the Texans in 2020. So they must have been scouting the Texans for the Miller trade. They found this kid. He's out of Rhode Island. I mean, who knows? He's a 4.46 guy. So who knows? Maybe he shows up. I mean,
can he return kicks?
People said he was out there today, and I didn't see him. Like his number wasn't even printed on the card. Like somebody said, but I don't know. I don't think you keep track. Like, and John Vay Johnson had a nice,
Yeah, John Vay's had a good camp. He really has.
And John Vay Johnson had a nice deep ball that was caught by Fields or thrown by Fields and caught by him in 7-on-7s. Roberson got burned by him, and that's another guy. So like, I don't know. I think they're into the excitement of these new guys instead of trying to, oh well, finally he might get it. Like, you can't convince me to keep Ridley or Wims. I've seen it. Like, they've had their fucking chance.
Oh, I'd much rather keep Daz on, but I haven't heard much anything really about.
Well, he's been hurt, and I know
he's been hurt, but
I think he's working his way back into shit. The thing that I don't know if he'll get is all the checks. The fucking offense. The offense is complicated for receivers. And we've talked about this, about how when Nagy left, there were Chiefs players that were like happy because now they could just have simple shit run.
Right.
The receiver position is fucking complicated with Nagy. Like, they have to know a lot of shit. And they have to adjust their routes themselves, Like, so it's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who they keep, So if a guy is, like, more advanced at that type of thing, that may keep him on a roster, and then you lose some raw talent. I mean, I think that's what Anthony Miller's problem was that he could not get with all the adjustments and the difficult shit about the offense. And then, there would be times where he'd be wide open, and it would be, they'd be like, yeah, that'd be awesome if we had a quarterback who could just see it and throw it, but he might have been wide open and it wasn't part of the play. Like, people forget that it's like you could be wide open, but if it's because your guy gave up on you because you're running some whack route,
so far out of the play that the quarterback's not
like everybody thinks, oh, he's wide open. It's like, yeah, but where's his man? Like, if his man left him because he's like, no, you're not the one. Like,
yeah, but having said that, like, Fields is smart and quick enough and has a big enough arm that if that happens, oh shit, the dude's open, I'll hit him.
Right. Well, and that's what fucking Mahomes does. Mahomes does that shit more often than not. He knows that at some point Tariq is gonna be out there on that hash, and if all else fucking fails, and I get out on the boundary, I'm gonna throw it to this spot, and fucking 6 times out of 10, Tyreek Hill's gonna be there.
Oh, the broken plays of Fields are gonna look pretty damn good.
Yeah, and that's what they're hoping, is that if you just have some guys who can literally run like fucking 4 verts and let Fields just do shit, and then eventually one of them is going to be open and he's going to hit them. That's what fucking next level quarterbacking gets you. That's what Aaron Rodgers does to us for fucking years. It's like, you can't tell me that, Randall Cobb was running the routes he was supposed to run when he killed us. No, Aaron Rodgers just ran around enough, and fucking he's Aaron Rodgers. And as soon as
Adams is a hell of a route runner.
Yeah, he's insane. Yeah. But when Rodgers gets out of the pocket, when Rodgers gets out of the pocket, I mean, come on. Like, literally, Fields is making names of these shoemakers right now. Like, and it's not like Travis Gentry and Mitch Trubisky. So everyone that says that shit, just please shut the fuck up. Like, it's not the same thing. Like, stop comparing everything to Mitch. Like, I know it's like, I mean, and that's the sad part, is that Mitch is fucking not great as he was, is still one of the most exciting quarterbacks we've ever seen in a Bears uniform.
Yeah, but this is different, man. Like,
it's way different.
I don't care how you feel. Even if you're on the side where you think Andy should start, when you're watching these games and Justin comes in, the whole dynamic, everything about it, shit changes.
But like we're like so quarterback starved, we don't even know how to compare it to anything because we've never had anything to compare it to. People are actually, like fucking weirdos are talking about Jim McMahon and shit. Please stop fucking acting like Jim McMahon can like fucking, bring Justin Fields a bowl of cereal.
And wait, did you say you didn't say Mitch was the best quarterback we ever had, right?
No, I said he's one of the most exciting we've ever gotten to watch.
I think, I agree though. I think Jay might have
been. In the last 25 years, there's, like literally in the exciting to watch category,
Jay.
You have like Jay. you have a little bit of Grossman. You have like 5 minutes of Cordell Stewart.
Grossman on that title run was exciting.
And Grossman and Berrien, that shit was exciting.
Whenever it worked, which was rare.
Yes. But, and I mean, shit, Josh McCown gave us a thrill every now and then. But that's what I'm saying, how poor we are. The poverty is so ridiculous. The poverty. We can't even accurately compare. Like, we're not used to dating, the hot girl. We just think like, like we got one. We don't know how to act.
When Justin Fields down here just slumming it.
Yeah.
Like, we just slumming it down here.
Shit, like fucking come on now. Like this
similar to the reason I wanted my boy over there in Indy.
Krenzel to Terrell. Shut the fuck up.
No, like where I was back when Quentin Nelson was in the draft, and that was my dude, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Watson. Like, these are guys that have a vibe to them. When they come into a team, they make you're just better for being around them, and that's what Fields has, that vibe. Just stop the bullshit.
He's a fucking star, bro.
Yeah,
you can feel it.
Platform.
These players the players see it. This is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Nagy lose his fucking team because he's being too fucking stubborn. Right. They see it, they feel it. You gotta go.
Well, again, they've been doing this shit. The most talented guy doesn't play. It's like there's some weird loyalty cult going on up there, and it's like
part of those before.
It's like I gave Dalton my word. You gave fucking Virginia your word. You fuck. Like first, you told fucking George and Virginia and Ted that you were going to try to win football games. So I don't care what you promised Andy fucking Dalton. Stop lying to yourself, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, your number one job is to win fucking football games, not to do whatever the fuck you think you're doing.
And it's not like Dalton wouldn't be like probably the fourth best we've ever had all time, but still, like Fields is I just want to see him out there at this point.
Yo, Christian Coop says, is Mizell ready to come out of the room yet? Yeah, like, Mizell is on fucking speed dial. Jason Peters said that somebody asked him, like, were you monitoring the league to see if anyone would be calling you? He's like, I was out fishing when Juan called me. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, and fucking Juan Castillo's like, digging through his fucking Rolodex. Like, I don't even see Juan Castillo having, like, a normal phone. I see him having, like, an old-school Rolodex. He's like, who can I fucking call? Like,
speaking of tax or whatever.
Juan Castillo desperate as fuck calling Peters.
Offensive lineman with connections to this coaching staff. Mitchell Schwartz came out, man, I'm sorry about I got the freaking Invisalign in, but yeah, what he said about like Nagy, kind of quote tweeting Nagy, basically like that. I think that's bigger than people really made it. Like, there's a code. Like, you normally don't talk shit about your ex-coaches.
Because they could hire you.
Yeah, I mean, about like what he basically said, if you're not able to evaluate them after a month of camp, 3 preseason games, and another few weeks of practice, then I don't know what to tell you. This tells the team that any camp competition was useless, and their preconceived depth chart is what they'll stick to, not merit.
Exactly.
Those are pretty strong fucking words, man.
Bro, it's such a, like, everybody already knows that these two dudes failed in quarterback development and quarterback selection. So now you're fucking trying to, like, wait, is that real? Trubisky says, breaking news, Josh Rosen just signed with the Falcons. Matt Ryan's shaking right now. Is that real? Oh, my God.
Hey,
like,
all the talking heads thought Rosen was going to be the best quarterback in that draft.
I'm telling you that there was a moment this offseason where all the players were sitting at home and they saw this team sign Andy fucking Dalton and they went, oh, fuck that shit. All of them went, fuck that shit when they came out and signed Andy Dalton. Nobody was like, yes, Andy Dalton. They all had to recover from that shit.
Well, we were coming off talking about Russell Wilson, man.
You think the fans were salty? Yeah, you think the fans were salty? The players were like, oh my fucking God. You think A-Rob was like, oh, yes, I get to play with the best quarterback I've ever played with. He was like, are you fucking kidding me? You signed red-haired Bortles? Like, get the fuck out of here. You know they all had to be like, oh my God, and they all had to come back from that. And then got high.
How dare you?
How did they come back from it? How did they come back from it? They came back from it the same fucking way we did, was that when they drafted Justin Fields, new hope was born.
Bro, what did Eddie Jackson basically say? We got a fucking quarterback.
Yeah. Tell me what I want to hear, Carlos. Come on, Carlos. Yeah, we got a quarterback. Like, come on now. And now you want to fucking crush these dudes' dreams? These motherfuckers just got new hope in the form of Justin Fields, just like we did. And you're trying to tell them, no, let's let this fucking, like, camp counselor doofus start. Fucking Counselor Andy.
Oh, you don't want to take
Counselor Andy from TCU. I'm coaching Justin Fields. Like, fuck out of here with that shit. You're gonna tell fucking Eddie Jackson that no, his quarterback's not Justin Fields yet. It's this dude. What the fuck did Andy Dalton have to say to?
You start Justin Fields, like Eddie might start actually hitting and shit. That might, you know what I mean? That might get guys fired up a little bit.
For real. Like, fucking, like, come on. Can we please just live, like, just fucking let it happen. Like, just stop. Fucking the blue balls, man.
I'm
like,
just saying, you inject Justin Fields into this locker room, into this starting lineup. The shit is going to change quick. These guys are going to get fired the fuck up. It's gonna be infectious. It just needs to happen. Let's just stop the bullshit, Nagy. Come on, man.
And it's going to be really fucking interesting. Like, what do you think happens against the Titans? Who plays most of the game? I think it's going to be the fucking Foles show. He's going to shit on everybody.
Big pause, by the way, on that.
It's gonna. he's gonna be like a fucking, like a Saudi Arabian gangster and just shit on everyone, and like it's like. Guess what? Because then you'll find out that they promised fucking Foles like a showcase.
That would be on brand.
Foles is gonna, throw 4 touchdowns to fucking Daz Newsome and like fucking Jesper Horsted and shit. Like, come on.
No, but I think you
to the L. It says, Daz Newsome, go to the L. Remember how hyped we were on that shit? Oh my God.
It's like, wow, this guy really gets it.
Holy shit, a professional quarterback that improvised.
Oh, we were so hyped. We were such fucking... we got so hyped over that Foles bullshit.
That's because it was actually like a veteran move, and we're like, holy shit, we're not used to this.
Dude, we're so poverty. We're such bad, poverty. Bro. Like, we were so excited about Foles. We had Big Dick Nick t-shirts designed, bro.
5-1.
Bro, we were so sprung off Foles. Foles beat the fucking
you more than me, though, man. Like,
all right, fine. I'll own it. I was sprung off Foles. You know what? Like, I don't care. But don't tell me you weren't hyped when they beat the Buccaneers.
That was nice.
We believed, bro.
I enjoyed that.
Yes.
Why is it always the Bucks that get our fucking hopes up?
I don't know. Fucking
like even when Mitch had that
Bucks.
game against the Bucks, we were like, yeah, we got one here.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my god, bro. We believed. We fucking believed. We believed. And that's the same. You know what? Like, the reason they'll fucking put Dalton out there is because they fucking can. And if they're doing it just to keep their jobs.
Good. I mean, in the preseason game. I mean, let's let him get an actual first down.
Well, that's the other thing is that, and we talked about this before, but you can't compare Alex Smith to Andy Dalton. Alex Smith already knew the offense was a Pro Bowler. Like, you know.
We finally got a first down. Like our fucking with Dalton.
Third game of the
Dalton, like, they weren't booing when I threw that touchdown. Fuck you, bro.
that helmet, dude had like a helmet. He had to rip it off dude's helmet.
Yeah, like it was like David Terrell fucking or Tyree.
Yeah,
David Tyree shit.
Terrell. God, now you're getting
no, that's because Yakub brought that up. He said Krenzel to Terrell was David Terrell. No, but that like Rodney Adams literally had to make a David Tyree helmet catch, and fucking Dalton's like, yeah, I threw a touchdown.
That was right after he merciful. I mean. The boos were so like shaking.
Well, and what's crazy is that Dalton's not even getting to play with. That's who Dalton's playing with. Like that's what's crazy is that Dalton doesn't even get to play with his number one guys himself.
Did he? That's been your line since the beginning.
Yeah, bro. We've been saying that. We should have signed Kyle Shanahan in 2017 and fired Fox. Absolutely.
I like Kyle Shanahan.
They never should have hired Fox. That was. We've talked about this. It's like that was the pussy ass George and Ted. We can't really trust Ryan move. And fucking Ernie Accorsi was like, yes, you must sign John Fox because he's the fucking from the Parcell Giants. You know, gives you fucking instant gravitas. We've been all down that road.
And his father, that would have been a perfect move. The Shanahan family has ties to Chicago. His dad was from Chicago. Like, it would have been.
We just always fucking make the hire too late. Like, and then we fucking end up with Nagy, and Nagy's, we don't know if Nagy is shit. Nagy's like a great speech writer. Nagy's a fucking salesman.
I don't know if you can call him a leader of men right now. The way they played Saturday, I didn't look like a man that leads men.
I just, like. He's just I don't know. He's kind of like a tired hype man, and I don't really feel like
the voices can get old really quick when shit's not going well.
Yeah. Well, and like again, it's like I hope Desai works out, but he doesn't have any gravitas. He's not scaring anybody. Nobody cares what fucking plucky little Desai says.
He was on the sideline. Put him back in the booth. Let's see if that works better because that shit was not clicking. Even though it's simple shit, but the guys are not.
What about the grass, man? You got to be on the grass.
I don't know what. Like somebody got into an argument with me this week about fucking us losing out on Brandon Staley because it's like again, how do you let a dynamic person like that leave your building? And who fucking hired Pagano? Nagy did. Nagy and Pace, like. And I fucking talked myself into Pagano, and we fucking told ourselves all kinds of lies.
A little more time, though. I mean, that's one guy we need to see how.
I get it, but it's like Trubisky said earlier. Trubisky said earlier in the chat, and I was thinking, it's like, why is every process that the Bears engage in fucked from top to bottom? Like, why the fuck can't we run a screen? Like, you watch the Patriots, and regardless of fucking personnel, they know how to run a screen, they know how to run a shotgun draw, and they know how to run basic fucking draw plays, basic stretch plays, basic football. The Patriots, no matter who the fuck they put out there, can do it. And we, with our best players, can't execute basic fucking football. And I don't care who the coach is. It's not Nagy. It's a fucking, I don't know what the deal is. There's something about the Bears. They can't execute basic football. The team that invented football can't execute basic offensive football.
They have other teams have an identity, and they stick to their identity, and they find players that fit into that. We don't have that here. We don't know what the fuck they're going to fit players into.
They haven't had it since Lovey left. They haven't fucking had the identity since Lovey left. Lovey at least was like, you know what? We're going to do two things. We're going to play defense. We're going to run the fucking ball. We're going to run off the bus. We're going to be running off the fucking bus. And it's like, oh, Chicago fans, shut up about running the ball. Shut up. I mean, every time we try to do more, it's like we just get back to the same shit. Run the fucking ball.
Yep.
And look at, like, your boy Najee Harris is going to blow up in Pittsburgh. I don't fucking play fantasy anymore, but if you are playing fantasy and you don't draft Najee Harris, you are straight tripping. That dude is going to be a beast.
He was my number 2 guy in this draft behind Fields.
They're going to go back to Roethlisberger throwing it 30 times at most, and they're going to give him fucking like 20 touches a game, and he's going to go off. Like, it's going to be bananas. And yeah, their offensive line isn't that great, but that dude's that good.
Yeah. Yep.
Saying, what do you think's going to happen with Tariq Cohen?
Nothing. I think he's being passed by Herbert. Herbert's already better.
About to take his spot if he doesn't get healthy. I mean, Tariq really never lived up to what the hype. I mean, he really has, and he's electric. But it's whether it's the way they use him or whatever it's been, but like the money they're paying him, it's not there.
They shouldn't have paid him. I mean, I like Tariq, but they shouldn't have paid him. Like he's just not that guy. Like
it's explosive and does make you want to see more and all that stuff, but like he hasn't been consistent. And I know the injuries.
You can't even run him out there as a punt returner right now.
You can't run him out there. Period. Dude's like.
Although, give him credit, he did when he came back and no, that was Miller actually who came back and returned some punts. No, fuck, I'm not giving him any credit. Like
there you go.
That dude. I mean, Tariq. We've documented how bad Mitch was, and you know dumped the ball off to him in terrible spots. But at the end of the day, like that dude had a ton of touches. He should have done more with those touches. If we're to believe that he's fucking, gonna be one of these like dynamic gadget guys,
I expected him to develop into like a Sproles type of back, and he's not
thick enough. He's not thick enough for that.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, but you're right. Sproles is a far more durable player. I mean, it sucks because it's fluky, and I hope he does come back. But I also, to some degree, like. I feel like players like him that are too versatile, Nagy doesn't know what to do with. He tries to do too much. Like the Cordarrelle Patterson shit was like, what an atrocious experiment. Like Cordarrelle Patterson was the worst thing that ever happened to Nagy. And it sucks because he was a great kick returner and a great gunner. But Nagy trying to fucking do something with Cordarrelle Patterson. How many coaches have been marooned on the island of Cordarrelle Patterson now? And we had fucking one game where literally there were no running backs left on the roster, and Belichick was like, fuck it, run the ball with Patterson, and he just kept getting yards. And Patterson looked like Marshawn Lynch for one game, and then everybody was like, oh my God, that's the greatest thing we've ever seen.
Can we get a special teamer that can tackle, by the way?
Well, we didn't need Sherrick, right? Sherrick, let's just send him off into retirement. We're good.
Shit, whatever. Call that dude up tomorrow.
The league is so fucked. How the fuck do they not have bigger rosters? With the specialization and the money that these dudes are making, it's so fucking ridiculous, though. Like, how do they not have bigger rosters? You should be able to have more fucking guys. Like, when you have one guy who takes up, like 40% of your cap, and you're telling me you can't even afford a good backup?
My question is, why can't you do it like baseball does when you have late season call ups?
Because it's not like
I'm not saying a whole roster,
but you know why, Jared? Because you want to know why? Because you can't stay in football shape in a batting cage.
The extra game alone, they could have extended, or they could have.
I just think you should have 10 more guys on the roster.
I agree.
There should be 10 more guys so you can keep around specialists. You can have more depth. Teams could take a flyer on a developmental quarterback and have them around. You could do lots of different things. Like the league has so much fucking money, and still it's like see the fucked up part of a team losing one player and just going to complete shit. Like, how do they not, and it's like, how does the union not fight for that? Because their union and the players' union is such a crock of shit, they can't even get that done.
I mean, you get how many rosters, or not roster spots, but practice squad spots.
They added like 5, right, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, why couldn't they make it to where those guys could be added to the active roster?
Agreed. It should be like a taxi squad, like a fucking.
Especially with COVID.
The practice squad should be able to, but they barely even gave them a concession on that, and it's like, I don't understand. Like, that's only going to make your game, your product better. If that's only going to improve your product. Like, I just don't understand why the rosters are so thin. Like, it's just bizarre to me. I mean, it's like, are they worried about the insurance? Like, I don't know. Like, fucking Trubisky says owners don't want to pay more salary, and the Players Association doesn't want to give up any of their pie, which is just complete fucking short-sightedness. Like, the players can't get enough of the pie, they can't get a better deal, and then this is what fucking happens: is that when you have 5 players making all this money and the rest of them are all making minimum, they're the ones,
So we could do a whole pod on that question there. Why are us Bears fans always arguing on Twitter with each other?
Because
let me introduce you some.
But check it out. If you go on to other fucking Twitter, I mean, take a little.
Pick a topic.
Yeah, but go on other teams' Twitters. It's the same shit. Like, the Bears' Twitter is not special.
Yeah,
it's special in the amount of people, and like right now it's in a hype stage, and there's a million fucking like 15-year-olds that have like Justin Fields is my hero 24683 like as their fucking handle. Like, there's mad people coming on, like noobs are just taking over Bears Twitter, and fucking you don't understand like why these salty fucks are being so negative about this and that.
Did you put out a press release?
Yeah, I put out a press release, and it was fucking Macho Man saying, "You may not like it, but you have to accept it."
Look at me with my new Bears hat and
motherfuckers got Bears shit for Christmas, and they're like, it's like their first time outside with it. Like, come on, like you're fucking. It's just cornballs, bro. Like, yeah, the Fields effect is real, and that's fine. We're not trying to gatekeep. The more the merrier. Yeah. Come on with it. But just understand. Understand. Man, yeah, shout out to you, Ravi. Like, we know we're all over 40. Like,
struggle's real.
Yeah, struggle is fucking real. Justin Fields stand account. Hey, our handle is now the Justin Fields Tailgate Show. So we're not immune to it. I'm not trying to say I'm better than you. I mean, we are. But I'm not trying to say that we're better than you. But like, these 15-year-olds that all have the same fucking like profile picture. And no offense, Ravi, it's your profile picture. 90% of the fucking people with this profile picture with the cartoon Justin Fields, that account is trash. I don't know what it is. Ravi, I suggest you change that profile picture, because like most of the accounts that have that profile picture, I look at them and go, oh, this is going to be trash. Like, I don't know why. It's just a bad picture. Ill Will's dope. We're not trying to shit on Ill Will. No, that's our guy. No. Don't get that twisted. We take shots at everybody. It's not like that. Like, we're not taking a shot. Ill Will's fucking that dude's a Twitter soldier. Like, no way are we shitting on him.
No, we just said we changed our name to the Justin Tailgate.
Yeah, Three Kings is peace. We're peace with them. We give fucking Nesby shit because he says dumb shit sometimes, but we do too. A lot of times. So. Yeah, well, like, fucking, I love the cartoon pig, man. I'm just telling you that if you look around Twitter, there's a lot of cornball accounts that have that.
There's a lot of profile. There's a lot of profile pics with that, but I don't do you on Twitter. Who gives a shit? I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking shit. You don't have to listen to my ass, clearly. Huh?
You ready for some story time?
Story time with Jer.
Story time with Jer. I go to.
Oh boy!
After the game, I go up to A's Restaurant Frontier. And I got a good one. I got him good
Yeah.
this time. I was like, hey, you guys, I'm looking for Aaron, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, yeah, what's your name? I was like, I'm the Cook County Health Department. I just need to talk to him real quick.
Dude, I cannot believe that my fucking staff got straight hoodwinked by you.
That was
Like-
great. It was so good. Man, I felt so bad for that girl. I watched her and I couldn't help but laugh. Because I'm already like,
Bro.
I'm like 13 beers in. And then by the time we get to your place, I was just like, watch this. This is going to work.
Well, you know what's fucked up? And the only reason I give them like a little bit of credit, because when I came up, like I'm downstairs, right? It's been pouring fucking rain.
Yeah.
That place fucking floods because it's in this old ass building. That place fucking floods when it rains. So I'm down literally in the walk-in cooler and like trying to make sure there's no shit on the floor that's gonna get messed up when the fucking drains come up, right? Which is I'm thinking is about to fucking happen because apparently in fucking Chicago, all we get is biblical weather now. Like we don't get just biblical. It never just fucking rains. It's biblical now. Every fucking time it rains here, it's like fucking deluge, floods. Fucking no, we're not affiliated with the Tape Never Lies. Fuck the Tape Never Lies. Like literally fuck them forever. Like literally fuck them forever. Fuck every single one of them forever.
Okay, back to story time.
Yeah. So I'm fucking downstairs and I'm fucking like trying to get this shit together, and fucking the other manager comes down and is like, there's an inspector here. They're you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, literally, we went into, like, full drill mode. The cooks are, like, putting on masks. And, like, you fucking sent us into a panic, you fuck.
Yes.
And I'm just like, honestly, like, everybody was freaking out. I've been a long time in this business. Nothing really fucking freaks me out that much. I'm just like, all right, well, I'm going to have to fucking talk to this guy, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm going to try to do my best to fucking massage the situation, but, like, I'm not going to freak out. So I fucking go up the stairs, and I'm just like, I'm basically like, oh, shit, here we go again. Like, that's how I am about the restaurant business right now. It's like that meme with the fucking video game where it's like, oh, fuck, here we go again. That's how I am. I just fucking jump back into it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this. That's what the fucking life is. And I get to the top of the stairs and I see your ass, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, this motherfucker, like, literally fucking did this shit. And like, I just want to have seen the faces of everybody when I like dapped you up and then you grabbed me and hugged me. They must have been like, what the fuck? Like,
they asked, you were like, yeah, these are my friends. They're kind of dicks.
Yeah. No, I was basically like, these are my friends. They're fucking assholes. I'm sorry, but we just got. Like, so deal with it. And they kind of laughed, but they were also like, what the fuck? Like, they were, because I was also like, I was like so happy that you weren't actually that I didn't even fucking care.
Yeah.
Like,
did you guys get a room after? Because I'm coming off a 19-hour shift, so this little romantic fucking love fest you're all having.
Yeah, Chair grabbed me and pulled me in for a big sweaty rain hug.
I'm just playing with you, man.
There's a lot of
Chair was like a wet.
That bison was bomb, dude.
Chair was like a wet dog. Well, and then I was saying that I would give the staff credit because Chicago Undercover kind of do dress like them. Like, the Chicago Undercover kind of always look like they came from a game, you know? Like, but they don't, you know, a lot of them, they just wear like older fucking sports team gear. That's what they wear. Like, it's super casual, you know? So, like, you know, and Jerry, you're big fucking imposing dude, you know? So, like, it's just so funny to me that, like, I mean, I'm literally going to have a talk with them and be like, okay, you need to ask for some kind of identification. You can't just assume that every motherfucker who comes in and says there's somebody is that.
And what's best is I gave you a heads up. It's like, I'm going to do that shit. And then, bam.
I don't remember you giving me a heads up.
Oh, yeah, I told you that last week. Because I'm going to come over here and say I'm in Cook County.
Bro, I missed that somehow. I absolutely missed that. You're fucking wild. That's so funny. Whatever. That was
My
fucking
internet ain't
hilarious.
worth a fuck 90% of the time, but by God, I got one on your.
That was fucking hilarious. And the staff, like at the end of the day, like anything that makes the staff be like, "What the fuck," is like great. I love that shit. Like I always love to be like keeping them guessing. You know what I mean? So they don't know what the fuck, like what's gonna come next. You know, like you ain't got me figured out.
Hey, you must love this ride with Nagy then.
Oh, God.
Thanks for bringing
It's
it back
rough,
down
bro.
to that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
rough.
spiral back around to that, but
Yeah, sorry to get back to Bears talk.
Yeah. Hopefully we see.
Anyway, man, we'll just fucking see. Like the Titans are another team. The Titans are another team that have a lot of talent. Like it could be ugly.
Out with COVID, man.
Who cares? It could be ugly.
No,
You think that matters?
I just wonder, if he is confirmed with it. What's the protocol? Do we even travel to Nashville?
Yes, I don't know. Absolutely. They're not gonna change a fucking thing. They're gonna go, and the coach is gonna be not in the building.
Right.
Like they're well beyond. They didn't cancel shit last season.
It's true.
Like you think this season they're gonna derail that shit because of Vrabel? No, they keep it moving. I said all last year and nobody believed me. Nothing stops that train. Nobody fucking believed me. Every fucking buddy was like, "Oh, the season's canceled off of everything," and I was like, "No, it's fucking not." Watch the NFL ramrod this season through everything, bro, like a fucking Sherman tank. They were just like, nothing stops this shit. So no, Mike Vrabel's not stopping jack shit. Like,
there you have it.
Short of 9/11, nothing stops the NFL. Like literally. And what were they playing? Like 2 weeks later?
Yeah.
Like,
they were.
They're like, "Oh, it's time for us to heal the country." Like, nothing stops it, bro. Nothing stops it.
The tailgate.
Bryson says, "I hope Caleb Farley picks off Dalton." Probably gonna happen. Oh, shout out to Robbie for saying that. I'm glad we all agree on Tape Never Lies. Bo show. What did he say?
Man,
Phil think he is God. Exactly, bro. You get it.
I don't want to waste my time talking about them, but the activity chat, man, it's been cool. So appreciate all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody jumping in the chat. Fucking, it was fun. We fucking
put Dalton in, man. Come on, man.
No, that fucker up there is telling us to put Foles in.
I'm telling you, Foles is gonna watch Foles play like a half, bro. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. If you fucking fuck with us, that's awesome. Please, if you subscribe to us, that's cool. If you, I'm gonna ask for likes and ratings, but if you do that shit, if that's your
we
thing,
appreciate it, man. We have fun doing what we do. So
yeah, we're just here to fucking we're literally here to talk shit. Like everybody else has like an agenda about what they're trying to sell and what they're trying to fucking do and who they're trying to be. We're literally here to talk shit. That's what the Twitter fucking account is about. It's about straight up talking shit. Like it's not about anything else. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to have a media credential. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just
Bears fans. Yeah, just Bears fans.
Just Bears fans. Like that's what we're here for. Like a fucking tailgate.
Hey, next week we should do it in our fake media voice.
Hey guys, are you really excited about the Bears? We're really excited about the Bears.
Yeah, like guys, I was doing some research on the regular TV copy because I can't get the all 22, and this is what I found out.
Like, fuck out of here. Like, I mean, shout out to you guys that love that shit. That's like.
Different strokes.
Let me let you in on a fucking secret. I'm not watching any of it. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. I don't want to watch a fucking some douche tell me what I'm seeing or what he thinks I'm seeing. Like,
yeah, I don't watch.
You want to hit me with some quick shit on Twitter like Ill Will and some of these dudes do? That's great. Fucking Bucket Stats. I don't understand most of what Bucket Stats puts up, but I enjoy it. You know, like those dudes that are like straight up committed to that, that's fucking dope. The ones that are like trying to be a fake ass like reporter and put out like nah, like just cool it.
Yeah, it's
like
just not our style.
Yeah, it's just not our style. So I'm glad you guys fuck with us. You know,
Yeah, man, definitely.
Thanks for watching, listening, however the fuck you listen to the show.
Yeah.
It's just another episode of The Tailgate Show.
The real QB1.
The Bears. The Bears.
Good.